Birmingham MP Jess Phillips is calling for bars and clubs to search people on entry in the wake of cases of women being spiked by injection. Warwickshire and West Midlands police forces have both now received reports of it happening, in a worrying trend being seen across the country.
Meanwhile, a women's group in Warwickshire is organising a boycott of bars next week as they too call for increased safety measures. Pablo Taylor sat down with Jess Phillips, who was at a school speaking to girls as young as 14 who'd already experienced misogynistic behaviour.
It's not okay for a young woman, when walking home from school on her own, to have somebody howling at her.
A different kind of assembly for girls at this secondary school in Birmingham this morning. The Labour MP Jess Phillips on stage at Cockshut Hill School to talk about issues including harassment and women's safety. The students here were in years 10 and 11, aged between 14 and 16, many with their own stories to tell about encounters that had made them feel unsafe.
Whether it's online or just getting home from school, like walking to the bus stop and like people rolling down their windows or like slowing down their cars, and they just make you uncomfortable.
I've had people that have experienced it, even like close friends to me, and they felt very uncomfortable about this. They felt insecure.
Men messaging you, asking for pictures and stuff, and it's not good. And I know lots of my friends, it happens to them a lot too.
Online grooming and harassment, though, are just two in a long and growing list of the dangers faced by girls and women. The latest involves being spiked while on nights out. Two police forces in the Midlands say they're currently investigating cases in which women were spiked with needles, thought to be part of a worrying new trend. Student groups, including one in Leamington, say they're boycotting clubs and bars until the issue is tackled head-on.
We've all discussed and we all now have the same national demands, which include more training for bystanders and staff in clubs, so they're more likely to notice when spiking occurs.
One nightclub in Birmingham's Broad Street says the issue will force venues to step up their security measures.
We take it very seriously in this venue, and I would like to think that we go over and above in terms of protecting all of our patrons. But we are actually a very female-led senior management team as well, so women's safety is very much at the forefront of how we operate.
Jess Phillips, meanwhile, has called for a change in attitudes to tackle this latest threat. She says the onus can't once again fall on women to ensure their own safety.
I absolutely would like to see more safeguards and measures put in place to protect women and girls, but those safeguards and measures should not be ones that tell women to flag down buses, what they can and can't do, telling them how they can get out if they feel uncomfortable. It should be about searching people for what is essentially a weapon. The spiking issue, those are people carrying weapons, and it should be seen in those terms. They're the people who are responsible for it, and all the action should be focused on them, so that young girls and women can feel that they can go out dancing in nightclubs all night long.
Jess Phillips ending Pablo's report there. And if this is a subject you would like more information about, you can, of course, go to our website. There's an article, actually, with information, including advice from medical experts and the police about what to do if you think you've been spiked. The address, as ever, on the screen, itv.com/central. centralnews@itv.com is the email address should you wish to get in touch and tell us your stories.
Later tonight, it's our monthly political show, Central Lobby, hosted by Alison